go. All right, I've hit record. That's it. Okay, so everybody, today's guest, Claire Kerslake, who is a health and wellness coach, and I personally have known for 45 years. Claire is my aunt, and she pretty much taught me a lot about what I know about health and fitness and being a bit of an entrepreneur. And that's how I know her. So, how are you doing?
Oh, really good, Andrew, and thrilled to be here. Yeah, thank you for asking me.
My pleasure. All right, you have to tell everyone who you are and what you do.
Well, you sort of started it for me, health and wellness coach, and a registered nurse as well, and a diabetes educator. And I have a website and blog over at clairekerslake.com. Where I talk about all things associated with creating healthy habits in your life. So I'm all about helping people create awesome health, but also loving yourself along the way and enjoying the journey.
How long were you a nurse for?
For about 30 years. Still a nurse, yeah.
When did you go into the diabetes side of things?
Well, probably about 6 or 7 years ago, and been interested in health and wellness for longer than that. But what I noticed was that as a nurse, you know, we're pretty bossy, and I was telling people what to do with their health. And I just noticed I wasn't doing it myself. You know, I was overweight, I was, had lots of Coke and chocolate and lollies and chips and wasn't exercising, even though I had the best of intentions. And I couldn't work out why that was. To me, it was just a big mystery. How could that be? And I made it a bit of a quest, and then found out that, you know, creating healthy habits is not just a matter of saying, okay, this is what you need to do, and then you go and do it. There's actually a skill and a science about it. And so that probably began a real journey on finding out how you do create healthy habits. And it's ongoing. I don't think you ever stop.
You said that you had gotten overweight. What happened? How did you get overweight?
Overweight, yes. So I was overweight, eating a lot of the wrong things and drinking like Coke, chips, chocolate. And I couldn't work out why that was, why I could have the best of intentions, know exactly what I needed to do, but not be doing it. And I looked around, you know, nurses and doctors, they were in the same boat. It wasn't just me. And so that probably became a real journey on discovering, you know, how you do create healthy habits in your life. It's a skill, and it's something that can be taught. And it's become a real mission for me to spread the word, not just individually with one-on-one clients, but also much wider than that. Because I think, you know, we all know the problem, and we all know we need to eat more veggies and, you know, 2 serves of fruit and lose weight, etc. But the message just isn't getting out there on how we do that. So that's probably my mission in life, to help and support people to do that. Yeah. So I, you know, as I say, my website, clairekerslake.com, blog. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, even though we have more information nowadays than ever before in the history of the world, and yet we are more obese than ever before in the history of the world, it seems.
Yeah.
Short of the 8th, of course. But, I mean, we have this thing as human beings where it's almost like I was just started watching a documentary, actually, and they said it's like we have to fight hunger wherever we see it. You know, have a snack, have something to tide you over, have something to get you through to dinner time, have something to get you through the afternoon. And it's like we're the only animal on the entire planet that will do that. You know, that we don't see a lion, you know, chase down a chipmunk just to get him through till the next gazelle. So it's one of those, it's like, do you think that's from advertising, our parents? Do you think it's something that we just bring on ourselves?
Well, it's a very complex, it's lots of different things, and so often people think it's just one thing. You know, it's one thing, if I can only find the one secret, I'll be right, but it's many, many things. So we live in really an obesogenic environment. So there are lots of things that have lots and lots of calories, things that, you know, our parents didn't have. We've got supermarkets with quite innocent little snacks that they promote. You know, you might pick up a muffin and you look at the calories, and I know it's much more than calories in, calories out, but you might have 2 serves of calories in one innocuous little muffin. You know, so we've got that. We are less active now. You know, we sit for a lot of the time. We also, as human beings, we naturally try and make ourselves feel better. So, you know, we go after that quick fix. Our bodies will naturally turn to food for comfort rather than us checking in and saying, okay, what do I need? Perhaps I need to go out for a bit of a walk. So lots and lots of different things. Our plates have gotten so much bigger. We know that we'll be eating per both snacks and meals about 25 to 30% more calories. And these are things that we don't even notice. So, yeah, just incredible. Lots and lots of things are impacting on the current situation.
All right, so back to you being a chocoholic and a Coca-Cola addict. You know,
yeah.
When you finally decided, what was the biggest struggles, you know, in trying to like cut those things out, the chips and everything? You know, it's not like, me personally, it's not like you can give up straight away. You just can't do it. So what did you find your personal biggest struggles?
Yeah, so once again, it's a variety of things. So probably the most effective thing is to ask myself the question, what is it I need? What is it I really need? Because, you know, a terrible day at work, you come home and think, oh, goodness, I really need a Coke, or I really need a chocolate. And if you check in, say, okay, now what do I need? It might be a hot bath, or it might be a sit down with a cup of tea and your favourite magazine, or it might be, you know, just a walk in nature. It might be a nap. Maybe I'm tired. So often it's not that Coke or not the chocolate. It's something very different. So just taking that time to say, okay, what is it I need? Perhaps it's just been a terrible day and I need an early night. That's quite important. I'm not someone who can ever have chocolate in the house and not eat it. Oh, yeah. Some people can, I can't. No. So it's making sure it's not in the house. It's if I decide to have some chocolate, sort of limiting. So not getting the family block, you know, having a small block and eating it mindfully. So lots and lots of different things have accounted for it. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's a family trait. Like Cass will get chocolate and she'll hand you like one little square, and immediately the ego comes up saying, who are you to tell me how much chocolate I can and will not eat? You know, out of the both of us, I'm the one that exercises. I'm going to eat. And next minute, you eat 3/4 of the thing, and you're like, I feel so sick. You know?
Yeah, that's right. And that's an important point, actually, Andrew. It's your thoughts. You know, how do you think about that? So that was a thought that didn't help, you know, it's a sabotaging thought. Yeah. So that awareness of what's happening in your life with your thinking and, is important too.
Okay, so what daily habits do you have personally for health and fitness?
Well, it varies, but I'm really thrilled with my morning routine now. I get up very early, and the first thing I do is meditate. So I meditate for about 10 minutes, and then I do some journaling, and I do some stretching and maybe some Pilates or some upper body work, and some foam rolling. I've got a bit of an injury at the moment, so the focus is on that. And I've made up a motivational interview with my goals, so I play that. So, yeah, it's really a time for me, my morning routine, which is fantastic. And then through the day, I just try and stay as active as I can. Yeah.
Okay. Now, your clients, is what you tell them any different? Here's where we try to see.
It depends on the client and what's coming up for them and what their issues are. I'm really big on tiny habits, which is stolen or borrowed from BJ Fogg, who's done a lot of work on the psychology around creating healthy habits. And that's, you know, how you hear from health professionals, okay, you must exercise 30 or 60 minutes a day. Well, and I've been talking about starting small for a long time, but this breaks it down really even smaller. So, for instance, recently I'm stretching every day now, but I wasn't previously, and I wanted to increase my vegetable intake. What breaking that down looks like was taking one bite from a carrot at 5 o'clock when I get home from work, and doing 3 cat stretches in the morning after I've meditated. So really, really tiny things. And the beauty of that is that it is very light. Like, there's no blame if you don't do it. You can sort of look at it, okay, so what happened around that? So what I discovered was 5 o'clock in the day wasn't a good time for me. So I've moved that to lunchtime. Yeah. And now that's built. So I successfully stretch for at least 10 minutes every single day. And I have at least a serve of veggies at lunch every single day. So that tiny habits is really important. Most people need to just chill a bit and learn to love themselves. Often people are full of self-blame and very judgmental about themselves and what they've achieved. So I say, okay, we're going to draw a line in the sand, and we need to be much more self-compassionate. And if something happens, and it always will, life will always get in the way, something will come up, just instead of thinking, oh, look, I'm hopeless or I can't do this, to look and say, okay, so what happened there? What's come up to stop, and how can I get around that? You know, is it like my thoughts getting in the way? What's sort of coming up? So bring that lightness around habits, that self-compassion, because being judgmental and blaming yourself doesn't help. Yeah, they would be 2 really big ones that I would help most clients through. And just to look at the barriers, you know, around mindset as well. Yeah.
And mindset would be people's biggest struggle?
It's a huge one. It often is neglected. Yeah, mindset is huge. You know, are our thoughts getting in the way? Yeah. Do we have hidden agendas, you know, working against us? Yeah, mindset is absolutely huge. And, you know, we're under the mistaken belief. I used to think, okay, if I can only find a way to get people motivated, you know, what's the secret? And in fact, it's the wrong question. And the question is, okay, how do I help people create healthy habits when motivation is very low? Which it is for most people most of the time. So if you look back in your own life, and certainly I look back in my life, there have been very few times I've been really, really motivated. When you're super motivated, yes, you can do the big things. When life's taken over and you're not motivated, that's when you need to have developed these healthy habits. So they don't rely on motivation, they're just automatic. Yeah, so mindset is huge.
So pretty much, you know, when people biting off the big goals, that's it, I want to lose, you know, 20 kilos by the end of the month and everything. It's just like, what I'm trying to tell people is, okay, where are we on that? On a scale of 1 to 10, you know, are you 10? This is going to be done without a shadow of a doubt. Or where are you at? And they'll say, I'm about a 3 probably. So, okay, well, let's reduce that goal. Can you do 10? Oh, it's about a 5.
Yeah.
5 kilos. Well, hell yeah, I can do 5 kilos by the end of the month, you know. So, so where are we at? Well, I'm about an 8. Okay, we can work with an 8. Okay, so that way create a goal that they are confident in themselves that they can achieve. So it takes a lot of the stress out of it, because like you were saying, you know, all of a sudden it's too much, it's too big, I'll just give up, I can't do it, you know, and I'm hopeless, I may as well just give up, and then all of a sudden that negative slide begins, and, you know, you know, so yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's where a coach comes in, Andrew. Yeah, that's how you're helping your clients to say, okay, that's not a helpful goal for you. Let's work and find something that works better for you. And you can also look at their thoughts around that as well. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so your daily habits, so you've got your meditation, you've got your stretching, you know, you've got your strength and conditioning at times and stuff. So what daily habits, if they're different, would you actually give to your clients? Would you recommend them to try the same things, or is it really specific per person?
So meditation, as you know, is good for everyone. It's just so helpful on a range of things. But once again, it will be individual. I think that taking time for yourself is really, really important. Making yourself and your health a priority. So not only putting your health right up there, but yourself, you know, what are you doing for yourself? I used to be a big proponent in rewards, but now I sort of have changed my thinking a little bit in terms of treats. You know, how are you, what special things are you doing for yourself? You know, how are you treating yourself so that you're not looking for that sense of nurturing through food?
Yeah.
You know, where are you finding your joy? What gives you joy? Yeah. And for some people it will be, well, nothing gives me joy. Okay, that's your mission in life, to find something that gives you joy. So it might not be related to food or exercise, but very important, that self-care as well. Sleep, you know, are you getting enough sleep? What little changes can we make that is going to work for you? That self-talk, absolutely vital. And that awareness around things like self-talk is really important too. Once again, that mindset stuff.
Okay, yeah, so back to mindset. So
yeah,
essentially, like with the self-talk, would you like get people to put their goals into the self-talk? Like, I am so grateful that I have achieved that 5 kilogram weight loss. I am so grateful that, you know, I can, you know, only reward myself with things that actually bring me joy rather than food.
Yeah, look, that can be really useful. And also taking that a little bit further too, what comes up around that? So if, you know, just to be aware of any thoughts, you know, I'm so grateful that I've now X number of kilos. If that little voice in their head is saying, you know, you'll never do it, you know, you've done it, you know, you've said that before, you know, who are you to say that you're going to do it now? Yeah. And then to use some tools. Okay, let's get rid of that that negative self-talk. So I'm really big on tools such as EFT or tapping, yeah, which is like an energy modality. Kinesiology is very good.
Okay, so I'm up to, what book would you recommend for personal development for people? So say they're looking at, you know, struggling with weight loss and things like that. What would you recommend?
Look, a book I love that's not weight loss related at all, but is useful for everyone, is The Big Leap by Hendrix, yeah, which is amazing.
It's really, really good.
Look, other books that I found really good, I love Fast Exercise and Fast Diet by Michael Mosley, because the research around them is incredible. And certainly in the past, when I'm not nursing an injury, I've loved the fast exercise. It really suits me. And fast diet too, I tend to have, you know, a lower calorie day or two through the week, just to reset things, okay, which is I found really useful in my life. I really love the book If Not Dieting, Then What by Dr. Rick Hausman. And he's a doctor in Melbourne, actually, and he teaches a lot about awareness around what we eat, that, you know, I can have this if I really want it, but is that really what I want? You know, taking that, no, I can't have that right away, but saying, yeah, you can have it if you want it, but is it going to make you feel good? You know, and after you've had it, is it going to make you feel good? So I absolutely love that book. And also I found Mindless Eating really great. And that's about, that's by a guy called Brian Wansing, who's done lots and lots of research in the States about the psychology of how much we eat and why we eat, which is extraordinary and amazing. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right, I had a bit of a snoopy around the website. Now, you're a health and wellness coach for women who yearn to be healthy and love the way they look and feel, but they're so over the struggle. So
Yeah.
you're just into making it as simple as possible?
Yeah, very much. Yeah. Really the opposite to what we think. You know, we think it's all going to be deprivation and hardship, and really it's not. Yeah.
It's incredible how, like, being a personal trainer and being trained as a personal trainer, it's almost like there's a whole, it's called the health and fitness industry. That's exactly what it is. It's 100% designed to convince people that they need to come every day or every second day. And it doesn't have to be that hard. You know, the diet doesn't have to be that strict. You don't have to eat broccoli and steamed chicken. You don't have to work out for 2 hours a day. You can do it and enjoy it and make it a part of your life. So
that's absolutely right, Andrew.
So now, different things I've noticed is like, you're very, very eloquent and you're very ladylike and you use words like deliciousness. I know I pegged that in the website. Deliciousness, that's lovely.
Deliciousness, yeah.
And then you flick a page and why these popular motivational quotes suck and what to use instead. I love it.
That's right. There's a bit of a contradiction. Well, most of us are contradictory animals.
Well, that's exactly right. Anyone knows, we know that pretty much I don't drop an F-bomb. I pretty much am the F-bomb. So, well, I just want everyone to know that if they go to www.clairekerslake, KERSLAKE.com, they can get a couple of freebies. You have a 7-day wellness and weight loss challenge. What does that entail?
I do.
Tell people.
I do. So that's an email challenge. So you get an email every day for 7 days, and it takes you through step by step the things to look at if you're going to create healthy habits in your life. So it looks at lots of different things, really the things we've talked about, the tiny habits, you know, preparing your environment, thinking about your thoughts, that self-care. So, so that's something that's really good, I think, to really good value to, help you along your way. Yeah.
And the other one was a beautiful manifesto. What's that one?
I got inspired one day and I put together a manifesto of things that I believe about health. Really, it's beautiful sayings that, now what have I got on it? You know, start small, start tiny, that you're awesome. It's only data. Use it to tweak what you're doing and keep going. Lots of different things that really it's inspirational. People can, I've got it framed, put it in your diary or,
That's awesome. Okay, so basically, what advice would you give people watching this webinar? Pretty much we think, get the beautiful manifesto, get the 7-day wellness and weight loss challenge, and just start off small and love yourself, I think. That's pretty much... Here am I telling you what advice you're going to give to people.
No, look, that pretty much sums it up. If I want to add anything, celebrate your achievements. We don't give ourselves enough credit. Be gentle on yourself. You know, you're doing a good job. Get a coach. That's why I love what you've created with your community, Andrew, that you've created an environment where people can get around other people with similar goals. And Jim Ryan has said, I love this quote, you're the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. And I think, you know, in a community like that, you've got people that are all thinking the same. You know, you can bounce your struggles across them. If you're having a bad day, you can, you know, get lifted up. It's fantastic. And I think having a coach is wonderful too. They can call you out when you're maybe thinking, you know, needs a little bit of a gentle push in the right direction. So that's great too. Then that's what you're creating in your community. So I think it's fantastic. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm going to say thank you very much, and I'm going to press stop recording. And it's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, it has, Andrew. Thank you so much for inviting me.
That was awesome.